So because it's especially REST API I'm talking about, right? So because it has its own REST API, which normally we can create, so that it is something feasible and possible for one component which can be communicating with the different component, right? So this is one advantage we have. The next point about when we want to use this, when we are trying to create a REST API for every component which is as separate, which also makes us to which will make us to uh, easy, right? So because we want to, this will make our activity, right? Make our activity, whatever the activity we are doing, that will be easier for the services to discover each other whenever we are using it. So this is also one of the advantage wherein we can see, especially whenever we are working on the service registry, right? So as far as service registry is concerned, so because of the individual components, because of the individual REST APIs we are creating for different components, either it can be order, service, or etc., all that, right? So wherein it will make services much easier for team members, so that we can discover as well as we can enable services and all everything much easier. So this is one thing we need to understand. At the same time, whenever we are setting up the service registry, whatever the kind of maintenance list we follow, right? So because the data list, whatever are we going to maintain, all these services available majorly at the endpoints, whatever we create, whenever we are working on the application development, especially in reference to the service registry itself is concerned. At the same time, whenever we usually start the service, it can also register itself, where the kind of registry is followed by the priorities, which provides the starting point followed by the ending point. All these things will be done when it comes to the service registry itself is concerned. Let's say, for example, endpoint maybe an order service, right? So let's say, for example, endpoint is an order service, wherein if you want to communicate this endpoint services and all everything by registering the name details, all that, okay? Because the same order number, right? Whatever the order number we have, because order number is a auto-generated number, right? So because one person has order, customer order number or customer ID, order ID number will be generated automatically by the system.